I wasn't interested in going another level with him. I did not see him like that. And this is, I'm about to cut the story right here because this is where the beast began to show his fangs. Hello, and welcome back to my channel, you guys. Hey, y'all. Okay, so I have another nightmare job story. This is added to the series. This one is called The Stalker Boss. The Stalker Boss. It's going to be like maybe like, I say like 2-3 parts to this one. Depending on how long it is, I don't know how long it's going to be, but if you're new and you liking my stories, subscribe, like my videos, and I'm just going to keep putting them out there. Let me tell you, can't make this stuff up. It's like life could be so crazy, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, sometimes I'm just like, is this really happening to me? And I think a lot of us could ask ourselves those questions. But anyway, I want to get into the story of the stalker boss. And this is real talk. So we're just going to dive right into it. So my boss, like he had there was another guy that was in his place. So, he had just had got hired. And, oh, matter of fact, it was when I had came back because this was like my second time working at the same job because of the money. Like, I like the money there. So I had went back. Okay. So it was all fine and dandy, and it's just it was a nice place. Well, I mean, of course there was other trials in different areas, but it was nice having a boss who wasn't just like that you have favor with. It was nice. That was nice. So, but when everything started to go downhill, well, I'm going to tell you first when things were starting to, I don't want to say go downhill. So I want to say, I want to start from like the beginning. Like this boss, he would, like I had massive favor with him, like if I told him I didn't want to be at a certain place, guess what? I didn't have to be there. And I didn't realize that, I had favor with him because, something was going to develop sooner or later. And I'm not gonna front with you guys. I did, start flirting with him a little bit, but I knew at the same time nothing could happen because of him being my boss. And I just felt like that was like a boundary that I had to uphold. But anyway, it started when, like, the first thing that he's ever said to me, it was like, I was out in the hallway and I'm like, it's hot, and he's like, yeah, I know you're hot, and I'm like, like that was like the first thing like he's ever said to me that was like, you know, just out of the boundary, So, and he was like, aren't you going to say thank you? And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you, and I laughed it off or whatnot. And so that was like the first thing that he's ever said to me. And as I told you, I didn't know his underlying motive for, you know, putting me where I wanted to be, not putting me where I didn't want to be, in the company, whatever job it was for that night, like he would just automatically, I would go to him and he would be like, "Oh, send this person here," and I didn't notice that. I knew I had favor with him and I thought he was just being a nice guy or whatnot, but I didn't notice that it was something that was progressing into something that I did not want to be there, because honestly, I did not see him like that. Like, I thought he was a nice guy. I thought he was like, really genuine or whatnot. But I came to find out, different. So I'm just going to continually go forth with the story. So after that happens, he comes up to me, and this was like maybe a couple nights after, or, it could have been some time in between, but he comes up to me and he's like, my friend is sick and tired of hearing your name, in the house. And I'm like, what? Like, so basically he's talking about me inside of his, inside of his relationship, situationship, whatever he got going on with this chick, and that's another thing too, I wanted to be respectful of, what he had going on. Like, at the beginning, like he would talk to me about her and stuff like that. And I like the fact that, he was with somebody. He wasn't trying to, like we just had like a friendship going on. I like that, I wanted it to stay at that level. But when he jumped to the level of, she's tired of hearing your name in our, whatever, in her space, I was just like, wow, this is next level, and then so basically, to tell you the truth, I kind of like I I kind of flirted, but I didn't flirt. Like if he would say something, I would like, like being my feminine, and I'm like, hee hawing and stuff like that, laughing, at his jokes and stuff like that. And then, telling him how nice he was and stuff like that, and just saying nice things to him, but I really wasn't like rapping to him, because I knew that, he has somebody. And then it started to, like downstairs, he would come downstairs or upstairs, and he'd be winking at me, like I said, it started started to progress, little by little, he started winking at me, making faces at me. And just, I knew something was like developing within his heart for me. And like when I really had to make a decision about if I was gonna continually, like if I was gonna entertain him, and like I said, I was entertaining him innocently because I knew that he was seeing somebody. But like when I really made the decision that I wasn't going to, like, that he was like kind of like taking it to like to another level, like I was just like, you know what, I gotta back down, like, so I stopped, like when he was walking down, stop, laughing at the faces, stop, you know entertaining, his winks or whatever, like, and even in conversation, like I just like kind of like backed up. Like when I say backed up, like I like cut stuff off, okay? And I just felt like that's what I needed to do, because I felt like, he wanted more and I couldn't give him more. And came to find out he does have a history. Like even at his other job, he had he was with some, he was not even considered for a higher position because, you know, he was messing with, you know, some of the people that were at his job. So it's like, you know, he has a history of these things, you know. But so this was the beginning of what had happened in bits and pieces. Basically in a nutshell, you know, I'm just summarizing. But the second part of this is going to be the person that he became when he knew that I did not want anything to go any further with him. So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna end it here. And if you like the story, if you know you want to hear the second part, and the second part gets a little crazy, y'all. This was when the stalking actually begins. This is when the stalking actually begins. So, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. My one friend at my job, she said, I never seen people more thirsty, like guys more thirsty, like than being here and working here. And I'm like, I know it's crazy. So like I said, I do want to give you guys, you know, the point that I really, like, I was just being nice. Like I always wanted to respect that boundary. So I just want to let you guys know that I was just being nice. I mean, there was a point in time that I did consider him, but I just realized he wasn't my type, you know, and, you know, there's just certain things about him that I don't like, you know, and, you know, I just don't feel like he's like, you know, I'm looking for like a manly man, you know, I'm trying not to be judgmental, but you know, like you spending time in somebody's presence, you're gonna find out who they are, you know, and you know what you're looking for, and if they don't possess those qualities, you're not gonna want to, you know, pursue it, or you know, or settle with it. So I'm gonna end this video. All right, so like I said, you know, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, because this video is gonna come back to back. Okay? All right. Peace, fam, and thank you for your beautiful comments. And you know, I'm just loving this. But anyway, comment down below, and you know, tell me what you think. You know, tell me what you think. You know, we're entitled. We're entitled to speak. So tell me what you think. All right, all right. Peace, and don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like. It's not hard. Come on, don't forget to like the video. All right, peace, y'all. Mwah.